In this video, I'll demonstrate how to perform Radioimmunoassay Analysis, or RIA, using myassays2.com. One of the benefits of working with myassays2.com is the expanded support for different data and assay types, including RIA. RIAs can be tricky to analyze, as often there will be a variable number of samples included in each assay run. Let's take a look at how that's handled by myassays. I have open an example RIA protocol in myassays2.com, the BGP protocol. This protocol will perform analysis by calculating the B0 from the CPMs using the standard 6 group. Concentrations are then calculated using a 4PL fit method. Looking at our analysis tabs, we can see the measurement tab first. You can manually edit the data in the pad format, copy and paste your data in, or use the Choose File option to import your data from a file. I have an example measurement data file in CSV format. Looking at the data file, I'd like to import my CPMs from column L. myassays2.com can do this for us. So I'll select Choose File, browse for and select my measurement data file, and once we press Open, you can see the data has been successfully imported. And you'll notice in the pad, we now have additional samples highlighted in green. Next, let's take a look at our rack layout tab. Looking to the left of the screen in the description pane, we can see the sample types each color corresponds to. So we have 2 total tubes, followed by 6 standards, 2 controls, and 20 unknown samples. This assay is designed so that the layout will automatically update to include any number of unknown samples. The first 10 tubes will always be the total, standards, and controls, and all additional measurements will be analyzed as unknowns. Using the standard concentration settings, we can update the standard concentration values by entering them manually, copying and paste them in, or using the series option to specify a starting point concentration, factor, and operator. Selecting a standard, we can see the visual feedback appearing on the right-hand side of the screen, showing which standard is currently being edited. The Sample IDs tab allows us to enter sample IDs for each of the unknowns. We can again enter these manually or copy and paste them in, again with that visual feedback appearing on the right-hand side of the screen. And finally, the Run Notes settings allow us to optionally add a run name and notes to appear alongside the results on our home page. Let's go ahead and calculate our results. Once our results are calculated, we can see the interactive chart and our Excel-based report. Opening the interactive chart, we can add or remove sample types from the fit line by selecting the sample type at the top of the pane. We can also remove outliers by clicking on a point and recalculating. Below the chart, you'll see the curve fit equations arranged to solve for y and x and the r-squared value. Minimizing the interactive chart and opening our report, you'll see first our curve chart, plotting the concentration against the %B0, the curve data table showing additional information about our standard samples, followed by our validation table and our sample tables. On the Fit tab, we can see more information about the fit itself, including those fit equations, coefficient values, and goodness measures. You can download the Excel report by selecting the Download Excel File option. Another feature available in myassays2.com is the Quality Control feature, allowing you to monitor observations across runs and create a Levy-Jennings chart. I'll open my home page, and on the Results tab, we can see the results that I've calculated: 10 BGP runs and 10 ELISA runs. I'd like to review the control data across my BGP runs. We can select these 10 runs individually by selecting the check mark to the left-hand side of each run, or we can use the Filter option under the assay column and filter for BGP. Once that's complete, I can select the topmost check mark to automatically include all runs listed. Note that you can also filter by date and time to include a subset of analyses. Once I've selected the runs to be included, I'll select Inter-Assay Analysis, and next we'll specify our observation. Note that our BGP assay includes 2 control samples, so first let's create a chart for control 1. I'd like to use the concentration results in this chart, so we'll need to specify the appropriate data matrix. If we leave this set to control 1, the default will be to use the first matrix, in this case, the raw matrix or CPM data. Our second data matrix is the %B0 data, and the third matrix is the concentration. So I'll enter control 1.3 to reference the value of control 1 on matrix 3, the concentration results of control 1. I'll select Create Report. Once the report is generated, we can see our chart displaying the mean as a solid black line, our SD bands as dashed red lines, and the observations in blue. Below the chart, we can see more information about the observations collected. To create a similar chart for control 2, I'll again select Inter-Assay Analysis, and this time I'll specify the observation as control 2.3. To report the concentration value of control 2, selecting Create Report, we'll return a Levy-Jennings chart for our control 2 concentration data. This video is intended to demonstrate the ease with which you can analyze your RIA data quickly and completely within your web browser. In the next video in this series, I'll show how to create your own custom RIA data analysis that you can upload to myassays2.com for use online and to share with your colleagues and collaborators so they can also perform custom analysis with no need to download additional software. If you have any questions about performing RIA analysis with myassays2.com, please email us at support@myassays.com.